Hi. Good to see you, Cecilia.
Hello, it's good to see you too.
Wait a little bit longer, let all the other ladies come on in. Okay, so my name is Annika Marita, and this is a free life purpose reading Zoom session. I would love for it to be an open chat. So if anybody has questions, please feel free to raise your hand, and I would love to answer. I am an intuitive. My mission here is to empower mothers to use their intuition and also heal mothers through foods, and then also helping guide mothers through their children and reading their children's soul purpose. I am an intuitive, a healer, and an activator. And I wanted to create a sacred space for us. So I'm going to open with a prayer. All of my community is held very sacredly, and every meeting falls under that umbrella. So I'm going to pray to the angel of light, the angel of love, the angel of harmony, the angel of peace, the angel of communication, and the angel of purpose to please be with us today. Please watch over all of the women that are going to be watching this video. And please watch over me, help me be a clear channel for any messages that their souls are trying to bring forward to them. Please hold us in a space of love and light. And please harmonize and bring peace to all of us through these messages and even after. Amen. So Amy is going to be the first individual that I will be reading. And Amy, you came through very clearly that it is time for you to step into healing. So what I saw was an image of you standing. You're on a path and you're maybe a few hundred feet away from the path splitting into many different paths. And in this split, you're going to have to choose a direction. And it feels very much like right now is a scary place for you and a very scary time for you to be making a decision. But in moving forward in life, you're going to be pushed to make that decision. And they're encouraging you to do this with the feeling of just going all in. Don't choose the path and wish that you had chosen another. They want you to know that choosing every single one of those paths is going to lead to the same place, but all of them have different challenges. You are at a place where there are many directions available to you, but they want to encourage you to be fearless in whichever you choose. They do want to say that some of these directions will present some challenges and greater challenges more than others. And the most clear path for you is the one that you fear the most. So right here, they showed me an image of like the biggest, most clear path for you, and you know which one this is. But taking that step in that direction, it was almost like a spooky dark forest. And taking a step into that dark forest is terrifying to you. But know that that dark forest, it really only lasts maybe 5 feet. And then after you walk through it, it's all clear, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's full of love for you. Um, Walking through the spooky part for the first few feet might be really scary and it is going to present some hardships. But as long as you continue to put one step in front of the other, keep trusting your decision to take that path, um, know that the amount of joy and love returned to you from all of your hard work is truly all encompassing after the hard part of the path. They shared with me that you are a predictor of codes. And so I actually was shown, it was almost like DNA codes, and I couldn't quite put what kind of coding it was because usually they'll share with me it'll be DNA, it will be light codes. For you, it was almost all coding. Um, you have a deep sense of knowledge for how things work from inanimate objects to human behavior. Utilizing your skills of understanding and knowing on a cellular level will be your greatest and highest path forward. Follow your heart. So this message came through for a lot of individuals in this session, and I want to encourage all of you to really just believe in what your heart is showing and telling you. There is a strong pull of intuition in the heart space right now, and what they're asking you to do is really listen to that. What that feels like for you is, do you love it? Does it bring you joy? What would you love to be doing right now? Um, they're showing me that you already kind of have the answers within your heart, and your intuition has already spoken to you a lot about this. So, following those sensations and those messages that have been in your heart space. Okay, and that is what I got for Amy. The next individual that I read was Juanita. Juanita, right away, I remembered our reading together and your son's alignment session. And all of your energy came back to me, and you have such a warm, kind, caring energy. It's very nurturing, and I can feel that you have a very motherly spirit about you. they actually showed me the image of Mother Goose at this point. So I saw you being this really strong pillar, strong mother, and you're actually caring for your little goslings. And it doesn't necessarily mean that these goslings are your children. They are actually um, just all humans. And you naturally take people under your wing and you care for them. Your soul's strength is to give light. So they showed me an image of a wheel and it was laying horizontally, and the light was actually spreading from the wheel. Every life that you touch, you spread light to. It feels like your motherly and your nurturing manner is a way for your human self to shine through your soul's mission. So by caring and nurturing for others, you are sharing and spreading your light. They're asking you to ask yourself what fulfills you. They showed me that you could easily fulfill positions like being a caregiver for the elderly or working at a daycare. Um, Possibly in the future working as a preschool teacher or doing something with homeschooling, hosting an outdoor school or a homeschool pod when your child gets older. Your kind spirit eases those who are pure light. And those individuals that are pure light and that are going to be drawn to you are generally going to be children because they come into this world very pure, and then elderly because as you leave this world, you begin to surrender a lot of the expectations of what you should have been, and you're able to reflect back on your life and start to have a little bit more wisdom about what's most important. And in doing that, they become more pure of heart and more filled with light. They want you to use your soul's mission to spread light by sharing it with those who are most receptive. So, what they were showing me at this point is that it looks like you might come up against a few walls in your life or a few people who just don't get it. They don't understand you. They don't know why you feel this pull to do the things that you do. It's almost like you're trying to heal them and you're trying to give them your light and do what it is that your soul is here to do, but you're choosing the wrong people to do it with. And so you feel like you're at a standstill or like you keep running into this wall and you're getting really frustrated about it. And it makes total sense to be frustrated, but this wall is almost like a redirection. They want you to know that you can actually turn after you hit this wall and look the other way. And in that new direction is going to be a beautiful, clear, open path. And so you really have to follow, again, your heart and follow what feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good to be giving your light and caring for these people or nurturing this person who isn't responding to that healing and to your light and to your nurturing, then it's time for you to step back and really pivot and kind of change the direction of your life. This is very scary. I know it's much easier said than done, and I totally understand that. But I want you to know that as women right now, we're being called to do this hard work. And you're only being called to do this hard work because you are such an incredible light worker yourself. And God believes in you. The reason why you're here is because your soul's mission is to help elevate the frequency on earth by sharing your light and nurturing those who are most responsive. So I want you to hopefully take away from this message a sense of self. I want you to take validation and I want you to know that you are worth more than what you understand you are. Your light is very, very powerful. So don't give up. If it's hard, just pivot and follow your new direction because it's there. And your guides are very much with you. Your son is cheering you on. He's so excited for you. I just got full body chills. And your path is very, very beautiful. So I'm sending you a lot of love. Alrighty. The next individual that I read is Naisha. Naisha, as soon as I tap into your energy, of course, it was very familiar for me because I have read your two boys. I can feel, well, a clear message came through. I guess there's no other way to say this other than they're saying, get back to a grounded place of clarity. Your guides came through very, very clearly and almost in a stern manner. They came off very blunt. I don't know if this is how they usually communicate with you or if this is out of lack of ability to communicate with you, but they said that you're so clouded with the collective and the societal expectations, your guides are being drowned out by all the noise. I literally heard like other people's opinions. I heard um what people expect from you as a mother, from your job, from your husband, from the masculine society norms. And you're getting so caught up in it's almost like judgment. It's almost like you're afraid to step out of the matrix, kind of. And and you're being called to like they really really need you to step out of it, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pull out completely because I think that some part of your family and your connections and the reason why you're here is to be a little bit like one foot in the matrix, one foot out. But right now you're so engrossed in it that you almost don't know how to pull out of it. They said to stop, very clearly stop. And what that means is just drop everything. Go to nature alone. No kids, no responsibilities. Make sure your kids are with a trusted sitter so that you're not concerned about their well-being, so that you can feel completely safe in the time that you have in the space that you are. They're showing me that you go to a creek, and I think you said you have a body of water in your um, neighborhood, your backyard. They want you to dip your feet in the creek. And as you do this, you need to have bare feet and then watch as the water flows past your feet and your worries, your overwhelm, your fears, everything will be taken downstream. What I got was a visual of oil on water. And these things that are overwhelming you right now are going to touch the water. The water is going to purify you immediately, and it's actually going to be like a magnet to these things that are overcoming you at this point. And they're just going to melt off and sit at the top of the water like oil does, and then they're going to float away. As they float downstream, they're going to be transmuted by Earth's energy. They then want you to sit on the bank of the creek and with your journal, sit and write. Start by journaling your hopes, your dreams, your heart's desires, and then allow the pen to flow. Release control as your team begins to connect and guide the ink. You may ask for clarity on a subject, but be sure not to project your answers. So only ask questions after you have allowed them to control the flow of your pen for a little while, and then you can ask for clarity on some of the information and the messages that you're receiving. They're saying that you must surrender your thoughts to allow your messages to come to you. So surrendering really meant don't worry in this moment. Don't think about all of your responsibilities at home, what you need to get done, your to-do list. They want all of that to just be really clear. So when you're in that water, allow it to just clear you completely and try to be really present in the moment. Feel the water, feel the creek bank, feel your body grounding with Mother Earth, and really allow your mind to just be in this moment. And it's at this point where you can feel present and clear of any external thoughts that your intuition is going to come back to you. You have a really natural talent for being an intuitive, and your guides are with you at all times. They're trying to get through to you. So I know that in doing this, they're going to connect with you very, very quickly. You haven't lost it. Um, while you were sitting on the creek bank, they were showing me an image of a grandmother figure. I don't know if you may have just recently lost a grandmother or if you're very connected to a grandmother, but there's this ancestral grandmotherly figure who was standing behind you. I know you're in Australia. I don't know, but it felt like a very like Aboriginal Indigenous woman too. So I'm not sure what your ties are there, but she was putting her hand on your shoulder and she was standing completely behind you. Um, it feels like she's been trying to come through to you a lot lately. I don't know if you are seeing items of this woman that may have passed in your house or things are being brought to your attention that may have reminded you of her. And then she's also showing me that she's been showing you a lot of number sequences. This is her way of trying to tell you to pause. She's really just trying to get you to stop and think in these moments. And it's in these peaceful moments where you're contemplating, I just saw the number 555. What does that mean? And at that point, in your curiosity and in your ability to just focus on that one thing, that's the kind of peace she's trying to bring you. She's not able to do it completely, but this is her way of just offering you little gifts to pause and to give you a break. So that may be something to look into, try and connect with her. She could also show up a little less visually for you. There could be some sort of orb for you because I know that you also do see orbs much like I do. So she could be showing up, she's showing me like a fairy godmother kind of. Her light just keeps kind of bouncing all around and you'll see her seams on your left hand side. It's kind of a bluish white small light. Very, very positive, very loving. She loves you so much. And she just really wants you to pause, slow down, and she wants to send you so much support and love at this time. All right, Nisha, sending you so much love. The next person that I read is Kayla. Kayla, for you, connecting was it was super easy, and I think that you kind of already also have your answers in the question, which I thought was really brilliant. And I think that in our human nature, we tend to overthink things, but I know judging by your question, you have a really innate sense of intuition, and your intuition is pretty loudly and clearly speaking to you. Performing was a beautiful outlet for your creativity. You found a sense of belonging and peace here. After having your child, you birthed a new strength within yourself. It's a more concise version of you, one that can make decisions a little bit more confidently. In your question, it was clear you're meant to follow your desire to be a creative entrepreneur. It is here that you can create your own version of motherhood. You are able to spend as much time as you feel called to being a mother and being an entrepreneur. So I think this is a really important message for you that the direction that your life is taking now is exactly where it's meant to go. So in the process of becoming a mother, you also kind of upgraded the version of yourself. You found a new strength, you found your voice, you have this protective nature about you over your child, and that has kind of become a protective nature over yourself too. They are showing me that if you were to go back to performing, you would have to put your child in daycare. And in doing that, there's nothing wrong with bringing your child to daycare. Support for mothers is so important. But I'm sharing this with you so that you can see that the picture is not what your path is supposed to be. You are meant to spend more time with your child. You are meant to be very, very present with your child. It looks like if you choose to be a creative entrepreneur, that you will get to choose what amount of time you spend with your child. Right now, they also want you to know that it's okay just being a mama. And I say just, but it's really not just. It's so much work to be a mom. Adjusting to being a mother is one of the hardest things and the most overlooked thing. We just have no support or understanding in our societies these days for the process of becoming a mother, what it entails. You're being asked right now to just be in this moment, be in this process. Try not to think too much about your career and what's ahead and really pushing. They don't want you to push. They need you to be present. They're asking you to really enjoy this time with your child um, because these moments with your child are actually super foundational for her growth. The reason why, sorry, I don't know if you have a daughter, but it felt like very female. um, it just feels like the reason why she was contracted with your soul is because of the way that you can mother her. Build your business when you have time. It doesn't mean that right now you can't work on it at all. It just means that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to push. It doesn't have to be many hours. It doesn't have to be exhausting or hard. It can just be like, oh, the baby's sleeping. Now I'm going to work on my business and just type a few things or create a few items, whatever that looks like for you. But they really want you to do it in your own pace and do it in harmony with having a child, not really pushing against the flow of having a child and being a mother, but really just kind of weaving it into your daily routine. They also just wanted to reiterate that enjoy your little human and that this time is so priceless. Your worth is not measured by your amount of income and the cash flow that you're able to bring in, but it's measured by the intention you put into building a quality life for your baby and yourself. You will teach her or him by following your heart Um, so in following your heart, this means that the decision that you have decided is a career path for you, um, is the one that feels the most aligned for you. It feels good. It feels supportive of where you are in your journey right now as a mother. They said that in following your heart and following your joy, you're going to be teaching your child a foundational element to your child's soul's mission. You're going to teach and inspire your child how to follow their own heart. And this is the exact reason why you guys made a contract as souls before you came into this world. It's because of this contract that she was sent to you. Um, this foundation of following your heart and being inspired and truly being happy is actually going to elevate your child's ability to fulfill their soul's mission. And it's going to negate a lot of the like previous ancestral cycles that may be stuck with you right now. So this moment in time, while it feels they keep showing me pivotal, it is a pivotal moment, but kind of feels trivial too. It's like, should I be a mom? Should I go to work? Should I do performing? Should I? It's not so small. It's actually, this is a huge turning point in your soul's mission and as well as your child's. So know that pondering these questions is totally normal and that it's okay to feel afraid of what's going on because there really is no like true definition. There's no like set path of what this looks like for you, but you get to build it. And how beautiful is that, that your child gets to watch you build something that is so joyous and inspiring to you because these behaviors and this feeling she's going to feel is going to be something that she's going to use in her own life. Okay. And that is pretty much everything that your team had for me. I think that's pretty beautiful. So I'm sending you a lot of love and I know that you're on a really good path. The next individual that I read is Adriana. Adriana, your team opened up by sharing with me that you are enough. You are enough. Being a mother and birthing life is is enough. You bring so much value to your family's lives. And it's almost as if you don't really see it, or if that's something that you kind of forget about. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink some tea. But they really wanted you to know that what you have done up until this point and everything that you seem to balance on a day-to-day basis, while whether it's taking care of your children, taking care of your husband, managing the household, scheduling appointments, driving your kids places, making dinner, going grocery shopping, making sure everybody has the right size clothes and that everybody is completely looked after in a very comfortable way so that nobody really needs for anything is enough. It's actually more than enough. That's a lot to ask of one person. Right now, you are being called to heal. You, it looks like you have a lot of past life trauma. Um, Whether that's ancestral, it kind of looks like it might be. So that kind of also guided me toward telling you that it looks like you need to break a lot of cords to some cycles that have been passed down to you. So I don't know if you carry some of the same thought processes or verbiage as your mother, but it feels very much maternal. And there's also some like trauma in this life that you still need to heal as well. They really need you to bring love into your heart and for you to believe truly and know your value, to really believe in yourself and know what you bring to the table. It feels like you're very organized, precise, precise. You're really great at multitasking. They actually showed me that you're a task master. So you're able to check off to-do lists. Like you're very much a doer and a go-getter. And you have so much fire in you. I don't know if you are a sun sign in astrology, but it felt very fiery. You have a lot of energy that is just, you're going to get things done. The reason you feel so confused right now is because you're being held back by some of those unhealed wounds. It's almost like they were giving me a vision of you're pulling and you're pulling with all your might. And there's just a lot of cords connected to you. I see some to your shoulders, there's some to your back, to your lower back, um, to your buttocks, to your thighs, your legs, your ankles, your feet. I mean, there are so many cords here. And it's like no wonder why you're feeling so weighted down. It's at the end of every cord, you're pulling ancestral trauma. I mean, it is big weights that are connected to these cords, huge energy that's holding you down. But what a beautiful place to be. What a beautiful time to be able to look at yourself and see yourself in the mirror and go, oh, this is what I need to heal. This is what I need to work on. So this is where you are. This moment in time is a time of reflection. It's a time to bring in awareness of yourself. And it's also time to step into your power, no longer serving other people, but serving yourself and loving yourself. They said that looking in the mirror can feel scary for you, but they want you to know that you are a powerful feminine leader. And stepping into that role, you're being asked to shed the masculine and really embody this new paradigm of what a divine feminine leader looks like. They said that they want you to be proud of being a woman. You should be proud of being a mother. Be proud of being a wife and choose an environment that is a little less structured. There's a little less masculine values in the system of whatever career you choose. This is what your environment should look like to help support and fuel you. It's almost like you need to step out of that. There's like this masculine box, and you have lived inside this box most of your life, and you have fulfilled all these expectations because that's who you are. You are a doer, and you're not going to let anyone down. But in stepping out of this masculine box, you're not going to be letting anybody down. You're actually going to be lifting people up. The way that you're operating now, you're not truly able to shine or be as powerful of a leader and as inspirational as you're hoping to be when you're stuck inside this paradigm. When you remove yourself from the old expectations and you walk into this powerful paradigm of divine feminine beauty, divine feminine flow, of really embodying this divine feminine and taking it and knowing that this is a superpower of yours. it's at this moment that you're going to be able to start making the shifts that you're really hoping for, that your soul is asking for you to make. They're also showing me that your influence as a divine feminine leader is going to be great. It's very large, and you're going to have women coming to you asking you, how did you do it? And so part of this hardship and part of this scary part, and this goes for, all of us right now as a collective. I can say that for myself, I'm stepping into a whole new version of myself too. I walked through a lot of scary parts in the last 6 years, and it felt like it was just one scary part after another. But I felt like at some point I had to be climbing something, right? We're getting to the top at some point, aren't we? And I can look back and I can tell you, yeah, yeah, we are. We're walking up a hill. There are steps, and with every step you're moving forward, you are getting to the top of this. It's just really hard right now, and you are not alone. There are so many of us. I mean, the reason why I'm hosting this right now is because there are so many women who need to know that it's okay to feel uncomfortable right now. It's okay to not know what it is that you were meant to do here. The reason why it's okay is because all of these feelings are exactly what you should be feeling. This shift that we are experiencing collectively as humans on this entire planet is forcing us to reevaluate. We are all looking at this new version of ourselves and we're going, oh, what does that mean? Who am I? When some of the veil is lifted, when we are a little more of our naked versions of ourselves, we feel fear. We feel a little lost, a little confused, and then we start to look for direction. You are in the beautiful place of looking for direction. You have already moved past that naked fear. Movement is wonderful. And by you being here in this place right now with me, it shows me that you're already taking steps to heal. You are already upgrading the version of who you used to be into this beautiful new version of yourself. So I guess that's validation and confirmation to keep going. Don't stop. And no matter how uncomfortable it gets, continue to move forward and keep stepping up that hill because it is going to lead to a very beautiful place. And you are on the right path. Okay. I am sending you a lot of love because I have so much compassion for the place that you are in. Alrighty, and that is the last person that I'm going to read this evening. I had so many beautiful women connect with me, so I'm going to be making a part two. Part two is going to come next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. I will share the Zoom link again with everyone so that you can join me then. And if any of the women who have any questions about the session tonight, feel free to email me a question. I'd be happy to try and offer a little more guidance. If you feel like you need a deep dive or any healing with your energy, releasing cords or direction, I'd be honored to work with you. So feel free to book a body and soul alignment session. I think, sorry, Adriana, if you feel like you are being called to do a healing, I would be happy to book a healing with you too and help remove some of those cords. Whether it's me or another healer, there's definitely somebody who can help you move forward in the ascension process. You don't need to try and do it alone. I suppose that's probably a message for all of you. I want you guys to know that you don't have to be moving forward in these times of the unknown by yourself. The reason why there's so many of us healers coming forward right now is because we are here to help lend you a hand in this collective shift. You are not alone and you are so loved and divinely looked after. And whether you book with me or with another healer, know that you are going to be safely guided. The session that I've created here and the container that I have created for you women here is so divine that these messages right now for you were meant to find you. And whatever intuitive hits that you get after these messages, feel free to take notes, write everything down. And if images, people, feelings come about, know that that's your intuition speaking to you and that those things are not to be just brushed off, but those are things for you to take action on. I really look forward to connecting with the rest of you women next week. And I'm so honored that you guys are all here and a member of the Aligned Wellness community because it's with each mother that aligns herself with this divine feminine and just truly loves herself from the inside out that we are going to make foundational shifts on earth for our children moving forward. Okay, I'm sending you guys so much love. Good night.